has been locked down, and RNG, they came into this champion select with a very clear idea of what they want to do, and they have got that composition locked in. Looks like everything is fairly standard. You've actually got Storm Raiders on both Cool and Swift, so no Thunderlords, and standard Courage of the Colossus. See, isn't paying attention to the particles. Swift is going to walk right in, smites the camp before turning onto MLXG. Spell Shield, and he trades it back. Swift is actually tanking the camp, and oh my goodness! Swift gives over first blood to MLXG.
And you immediately see it in Swift's reaction.
This fight right here. Ming gets level 6, immediately goes in onto P. Diddy. They're going to try to burst him down, but Swift is there for the counter gank, and that's going to be P. Diddy dropping. But Newbee are turning this gank around. Cool is roaming down there as Swift and Happy up top. That's a huge cast, because V is going to keep on chasing. Flash is late, but MLXG is turning him down with the red buff. Barrel is tossed, and Let Me follows up.
And another well-executed gank there, but hold on bottom.
Spell Shield and the Shield of Daybreak onto P. Diddy. Again, he is bursted down without even getting to flash. Let Me doesn't have a cast, but Happy will be able to fling his teleport off the cooldown. Xiaohu shows up top. V still has no flash, and seems like he was actually pinned against the wall there. Are they going to get the kill over? They are. Xiaohu makes it 5-0 for RNG.
And do want to point out that it is top lane.
And Ming, who is going to get the slow and will engage onto Happy in the back. P. Diddy tries to kite it out, but again, this poor support will not get a break. Welcome back to the LPL. Hope you like Nocturne Leo. Right now, Swift is going to find himself. Xiaohu as MLXG collapses onto Cool. Poor Snake didn't stand a chance as Swift flashes needlessly as RNG chase him down. V is left to watch from the mid lane as the minion wave is about to collapse.
But Let Me still has Cask, and they pieces are working together right now.
So consistently on top of their game, even using their vision to spot out Cool, and immediately engaging onto him. Cool! Oh man, he's not going to be feeling great after that. Teleport from Let Me is going to find Swift and knock him right back in. That was absolutely disgusting.
And you can see how frustrating it is on Swift's face as now, P. Diddy, where you going?
Teleport, there's no chance.
And we see this a lot in the LPL where we'll rush early Barons, but particularly with Ryze. Yes, he doesn't have the cooldown, but what's cool is if you do have Realm Warp at 20 minutes, why not take that gamble?
Advantage for RNG.
Oh, cool. Bad times.
That paranoia cooldown.
And what can he do? He's got his ultimate, but it doesn't matter because he's just going to press Spell Shield and just rock on top of my face.
Yeah. Youmuu's is finished. Inhibitor turret, and they execute flawlessly. Let Me in the front is going to keep Cool off of this as Uzi is going to break down that inhibitor turret. The inhib itself is now being sieged by 5 members of RNG, and no Newbee are there. There is nothing they can do.
Long reign the Kings. Welcome back, RNG.
Try to make a desperate play. Immediate flash. They catch on to Uzi with the Hextech ultimatum. It's 3 versus 5 right now, and Uzi goes down. The first kill for Newbee. Ming is going to drop as well. The consolation prize as RNG continue to finish off yet another inhibitor turret.
And a good job from Newbee recognizing that Let Me wasn't with Ming and Uzi, so he was able to do that, but now he finds himself in trouble.
Oh man, using the paranoia for damage. That's just savage. RNG take down yet another inhibitor. 25 minutes in. That Baron.
Level 3, level 4. But just how they're moving around the map, how they're setting up objectives, and again, there's no hesitation. They just go.
Once again, they're forcing a fight onto Uzi. He'll go down, but RNG are going to continue stalling this out as Xiaohu is on the Nexus. RNG are off that final inhibitor, most certainly. Are they going to go for the unified recall? They're even finishing themselves off a couple of items here. It is a whopping 14,000.
Because even if RNG completely waffle the team fight here, like the difference is if we win the 5v5, we end the game. If we lose the 5v5, yes, Newbee kind of get back into the game, but because they're so deep into their base, they can't trade for anything.
Yeah, they're going to force the fight right here. V dives into the back before flashing away. There's the paranoia, and Swift looks like he's the target. Hysterics is popped as Newbee managed to reset. Let Me in the front, still holding onto that cask, however, but the final inhib has fallen. The top one is about to respawn, but with Baron and a full wave of minions, it looks like they're going to force the fight. Cask onto Cool, drops him before he can Zanya's, and RNG demolish the Nexus. Newbee from the Fountain are left wondering, what the hell just happened?
Where has RNG been all my life? Thank you. After yesterday, I had a bad taste left in my mouth, but I hold my beer. I'm going to 1v9 right now.
Oh, man. Well, it's going to be a sustained war in the mid lane as Xiaohu takes a page out of Doinbee's book and locks in.
Chinese New Year was coming up, we wanted to ramp harder afterwards, and since week 2, they are undefeated. They've dropped, I believe, 2 games, but not a single series.
Yeah, RNG are looking phenomenal. And as you can see from the Summoners, things going to be... Ooh, MLXG actually shows himself back top again. Let Me tries to bait it. Flash Cocoon onto V. He's still got a flash of his own, but will be pursued. And first blood onto Let Me.
And this is what's cool about RNG. It's the fact that...
And Xiaohu is on the way. There's the teleport that's going to get a snare onto P. Diddy as Uzi tries to trade it back over. He's doing a lot of damage, and LWX, way too deep, goes down as they answer.
And it wasn't just Uzi that smelled something up. It was Xiaohu, Let Me, and MLXG.
Let Me's going 1v4 and will go down. Very greedy as he just gives a kill back over.
Kind of the lane-dominant bot lane of Newbee, paying off.
They're going to try to force a fight on the Let Me right now, but it was an elaborate ruse. MLXG from the bushes follows up, Swift flashes, but he's got nowhere to go right now. The rappel is going to set him down, and Let Me chases up for a quick and clean kill.
I mean, frankly, this is just poor decision-making from Newbee. You cannot make that play unless you 100% know where MLXG is.
They're going to try to force a play bottom as P. Diddy leaps to a minion and immediately regrets it. Chain of Corruption and the snare is going to lock it down. And even a full culling with only 2 longswords is not going to do enough. Ming is actually about to go low as he flashes around, and not even the heal from Uzi is needed as he kites it back forward, and the advantages that Newbee had in that bottom lane are suddenly chucked in the bin.
Though is that they're still locked into their lane, so RNG haven't split open the map yet, and I say that tentatively because they're looking to do it now.
Oh man, LWX actually drops to the Spiderlings. Uzi doesn't even get an assist as he drops down.
But that's the goal.
As Let Me find Swift in the jungle.
He also
will
got
punish
red.
him. Yeah, he did.
He's blocking
Get
the...
that red. Swift can't tunnel, and RNG solo kills it. Meanwhile, they did manage to kill Xiaohu as he was heading up to help him out, so V collapses.
Consolation.
Xiaohu is going to face check into 2. That's a very early Tides of Blood. Exhaust locks him down. Can he heal himself back up? Flash engages, looks for Xiaohu, and will be able to trade with LWX, and Xiaohu goes down.
But well traded from Pennis and LWX there.
2-0 right now, getting bigger and bigger. They're going to collapse onto Ming, who's now caught by the charm. He flashes away, but will get locked down. That's a pick.
Hey, look, it's a 2v3 and Cool got a kill.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Newbee needed to do. So, should be noted that Xiaohu has 2 completed items, Protobelt as well as the Rylai's. And the Rylai's super important for me because he's that big pseudo-tank for this kind of 1-4 pressure and protecting barracks.
They're going to try to burn down P. Diddy. Xiaohu is going to be knocked up and stunned, forced to pull nice and early. Swift over the wall. Oh, that minion is chasing him far, but he's able to heal up in time. Meanwhile, the mid-tier 1 did drop, and despite the charm going wide, they've caught Cool, and they're going to CC lock him down. He has died. That's a lot of the wave clear now missing, and with Elise there, what do RNG look for next?
And
He's just 30 seconds too late. Uzi's already backing away with that recall. Ming is going to sweep out the vision, but now they see that he's overextended. And that is one very dead AD carry. But look at the grin on his face.
he thinks it's funny. He was out of position. They are now...
Away, but V looks to chase. They've got half damage as the charm finds Ming. They're collapsing. V is able to get one. He forces the engage onto Let Me, but Uzi's firing shots from the back. V goes down and Let Me still alive. Xiaohu with the flank is going to demolish Newbee. Gets behind the wall and crushes it down. Swift is left running for the hills as RNG bulldoze Newbee.
And Newbee knew that Vladimir was on their flank. One of the reasons why they didn't defend that tower initially is because Xiaohu was zoning on the Vladimir. But they get overzealous. They overreach. And we talk about the bear trap all the time. It just clamped shut on Newbee's arm and took the entire thing off.
Yeah, it's a lot more than an arm at this point as 2 inhibs go down and RNG quickly and cleanly at the 25-minute mark take down these again.
And they can afford to do that because they have pseudo tanks. I use the word, I guess false tank also works.
Sorry, what was that about a pseudo tank?
That's deserved. The pseudo tanks are Vladimir and Renekton.
Gotcha.
I was gonna
Not
say,
the Elise.
MLXG can build gas can.
All right, V is looking for the flank from the side, but he's already too late. The turret is chunked down to barely 50 health and dies to the minions. RNG perfectly timed with the wave, almost calculated. Bring it down. Cool again looks for the assassination, but MLXG says not this time, friend.
And now it's just this single inhib. Cool, that was the last duration of his ultimate.
Yeah,
so
it goes back in. He's got no more spirit rushes. As the final inhib goes down, super minions in mid and top. Backs against the wall, Newbee. It's do or die. And RNG, they're looking to turn it into the ladder.
This is kind of the last stand. All eyes really need to be on Swift as well as Penis. They're pretty much the last hope there to set up any sort of hard CC or opportunity for Cool and V to get into this backline.
Minions are working down that Nexus turret. The first one goes down. They've caught P. Diddy. Will they force the dive? Xiaohu goes in, and the culling completely misses. Only half the duration goes in as V makes it onto the fountain. RNG finish off the fight and get yet another kill onto Swift. P. Diddy didn't stand a chance as Cool can't heal. Uzi dives onto the fountain as the charm pulls him to his doom, but RNG with grins upon their faces take game number 2 against Newbee.
Full speed ahead. RNG are a consistent hype